The humans knew it was coming, but there was nothing they could do. 4,000 light years away, a collapsing star sent a giant gamma ray bursting across the galaxy in a massive wave of energy. When it arrived, it wiped out the ozone layer, created monsoons of acid rain, and froze the planet. It extinguished all life on Earth. Well, not quite all life. Just as the extinction of the dinosaurs helped pave the way for the rise of mammals and later on humans, the gamma ray made way for something else. If you'd been a part of an expedition sent by an outsider civilization to see whether any life survived the destruction of the gamma beam, imagine guiding your spaceship down through the omnipresent storm cloud until you caught sight of a bunch of shattered, empty cities. Imagine skimming the funereal suburbs, the ruined farms, and thinking that nothing could have possibly survived in the face of such devastation. But soon enough, you see them. Many billions of them, in fact. But who and what are they? Scientists called them tardigrades, after first discovering them in 1773. And these microscopic living creatures are about as close as a species can get to being indestructible. For starters, a tardigrade is an animal. A very, very small animal, to be exact.
Huh? Hello?
One of its many nicknames is water bear, as it resembles a panda bear, if a panda were microscopic and had 8 legs. It's also been called a moss piglet. It has no backbone, but this does nothing to detract from its good looks. Currently, this adorable thing appears to be the leading candidate for the title of cutest invertebrate ever. Tardigrades are about 1/100th of an inch, or 500 micrometers in length, and can actually be seen with the naked eye if you have excellent eyesight and are looking at it from the right angle. However, they are also transparent, which does make it pretty hard to see them.
Where are you?
I'd say a microscope is your best option. Their name, tardigrade, is actually derived from Latin, and it means slow walker, as these guys amble about in a very slow, charming manner that has endeared them to generations of biologists. They have short little legs, each one outfitted with a set of claws. Their 2 rear legs face backward, which gives them added agility when climbing over surfaces. At least, that's what the land-roving species of tardigrades does. There are also aquatic and marine variations, which hang out in both fresh and salt water. In other words, taken as a whole, tardigrades can be found in just about every environment we've got. Like snakes or lobsters, tardigrades sport a tough exterior cuticle that they shed and regrow as they mature. Inside they've got the basics: a brain, nervous system, esophagus, stomach, intestines, and an anus.
Wow!
But they lack frills like a heart, lungs, or veins because their body cavity is what's called an open hemocell, which means that gas and nutrition can move in, out, and around efficiently without complex systems. But what makes these guys stand out from the rest of the animal kingdom? They've seen the edge of absolute zero. These guys are extremely special. They are extremophiles, which means they can survive just about anything we throw at them or throw them in. They even put cockroaches to shame. Tardigrades have seen the edge of absolute zero. Scientists have been freezing them for decades. In 2014, researchers defrosted tardigrades stuck in a freezer back in 1983. After more than 30 years stored at -4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -20 degrees Celsius, 2 of the animals came back to life. One died a few weeks later, but the other started laying eggs about a month and a half after defrosting. And they've even survived far colder temperatures than that. Tardigrades have made it to -459.4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -273 degrees Celsius, and lived to tell the tale. Boiling them is okay. Well, maybe it's not okay, but it's not murderous. Tardigrades have survived temperatures well beyond boiling, up to 304 degrees Fahrenheit. For reference, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 100 degrees Celsius. The next most heat-tolerant organism, as far as we know, is a bacteria that can function at 252 degrees Fahrenheit. At temperatures like 304 degrees Fahrenheit, proteins in cell membranes should unravel, and the chemical reactions that sustain life should cease to happen. Except for tardigrades, they don't. The chemical reactions that sustain life are just on pause, waiting for the deadly heat to subside. They can turn into glass for a while. Tardigrades live in water, some in seas, and others in moist land features like lichen and moss, as mentioned before. And while drought is a big problem for the rest of us, tardigrades solve that problem by crystallizing. Basically, when faced with the threat of desiccation, the tardigrade preemptively desiccates itself, inducing cryptobiosis, the suspended animation that protects it from injury. And in order to not die from the protective state of desiccation, it produces a special type of bioglass to hold its essential proteins and molecules together until rehydrated back to life. Upon contact with water, the glass dissolves and the animal reanimates. I feel like this animal has something to do with Captain America for sure. They could save us all. Yeah, you heard me right. The world's most indestructible animal may hold keys to survival abilities not currently in the human skill set, abilities we may be able to acquire. In a recent study, scientists identified that tardigrades have what is called radiation resistance protein. After they injected this protein into human cells, the radiation tolerance of the human DNA in the cultured cells increased by about 40%. Scientists were understandably very excited about this result. Though they can't live forever, tardigrades are still cool nonetheless. They are literally microscopic superheroes. They live through everything, even though they've been frozen, crushed, boiled, suffocated, and put through intense ultraviolet radiation. They still manage to survive and endure. This is the reason why this animal will outlive us all. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss anything from Wildpedia.